Hello, everyone. It's time for the Bitcoin.com weekly news roundup. Technically, it's October 6th, Saturday. We're supposed to do it every Friday. We've been trying to do it Friday, but every Friday seems so busy, so sometimes it gets pushed to Saturday morning. So maybe we'll switch to Saturday morning news from now on. We have another special guest. Some of you will know him, some of you won't. We have Mate Tokay, the COO of Bitcoin.com. Man, you've helped get a lot of things done at Bitcoin. Welcome, Mate.
Thank you, Roger, for having me, and hello, everyone. As you guys can see, this is Saturday morning, and we're busy recording the Bitcoin Cash news video, so it definitely shows how excited we are with Bitcoin Cash and with the entire ecosystem. So
yeah, there's just so much happening every day, all day,
Yeah.
7 days a week. It's Bitcoin Cash.
Just before the show, we looked at our notes, and it's getting more and more news on the list, and more and more things happening in the Bitcoin Cash industry. So
Yep. So one of the ones that I didn't even know about until we saw on our list of things that happened is Bitcoin.com sponsored a Major League Triathlon in Charlotte. I've never done a triathlon. Have you, Mate?
No, and this is actually a new form of triathlon. Triathlons are usually really long when it comes to the distance that these guys are doing, but this is a new form of triathlon in which the athletes have to do a shorter course.
Mm.
So these are usually like in this new form it's sprints.
Wow. Okay.
And what's really exciting about it is that Bitcoin Cash is the official and exclusive cryptocurrency.
Exclusive too. Wow.
Exclusive for this tour, and Bitcoin.com is a proud sponsor. And you guys usually have an idea how these events are happening when at the end of the day, when the podium ceremony happens, the athletes get these big cardboard checks, right, with the prize money. So this time it's going to be a Bitcoin Cash prize money, and the Bitcoin
Cash money.
That's right, and the transaction is actually going to happen on the podium from the Bitcoin.com wallet to the athlete's Bitcoin.com wallet. So this is going to be really exciting coming up in a couple of days in Charlotte.
I'm glad you knew all about that because I did not know the details. That's pretty exciting. So,
Absolutely.
wow. And so you can learn more about that. I'm sure on Bitcoin.com we have some news stories about it. And Major League TRI is in triathlon. MajorLeagueTri.com is the website for that.
That's right. Stay tuned. We're going to have a news story about that on Bitcoin.com real soon.
Yeah, that's it's spreading. So speaking of another way that it's spreading is we have BigTickets.com now has added Bitcoin Cash as a payment option thanks to BitPay. And I haven't bought a ticket myself from BigTickets.com, but I'm looking at the screenshots we have in our notes here. It looks like they're accepting credit cards and Bitcoin Cash, and I don't even see a BTC option on there at all.
No, and what's neat, and this is something that I just recently learned, that on BitPay, of course, it's amazing that that BitPay only charges 1%, right? So instead
Better
of
than credit cards.
Better than credit card, which Mastercard, Visa, and American Express are usually charging anywhere from 3 to 5%, which is crazy. BitPay only charges 1%, and what's really neat about it is that now you can take. Now you can set on the back end that you can only accept Bitcoin Cash, not even Bitcoin Core.
Yeah. So I was talking with Mate about that right before we started filming here. So we have our store.bitcoin.com where you can buy cool shirts like Mate's or like mine or all sorts of different shirts out there as well. I think we've started selling some flags and stuff, and let's not shake the table for our camera there a little bit.
Sorry about that.
But you can buy all sorts of fantastic stuff there. We accept both Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core. But the neat part about it is BitPay on the back end, you can choose how you want to get paid out. So even if you go there, in fact, I hope you go there. If you still have some BTC, come and spend it at store.bitcoin.com.
And buy Bitcoin Cash swags.
Buy Bitcoin Cash swag, and then BitPay automatically converts it into Bitcoin Cash for us and pays us in Bitcoin Cash. So if you spend your BTC at store.bitcoin.com, we get paid in BCH thanks to BitPay. And if you have a business out there and you appreciate fast, cheap, reliable transactions, and you like Bitcoin Cash because of that, sign up for BitPay right now today, and you can accept both BTC and BCH as payments from your customers, but you can choose to be paid out in Bitcoin Cash, which is the fast, cheap, reliable version of Bitcoin, and that's why we love it so much at Bitcoin.com, because it works just like the original Bitcoin that made Bitcoin popular to begin with.
Absolutely, and we keep saying thank you so much, BitPay, for the hard work, and unlike what Tone Waste says, we need businesses to accept Bitcoin Cash.
The more businesses that accept cryptocurrencies, the better.
We love businesses for accepting Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, and the sooner they accept it, the better. And if you have a business, start accepting it at your business. Go to BitPay.com. They make it super easy. If you go to everybody goes to businesses, right? If you go and contact your favorite business today and ask them, please start accepting Bitcoin Cash through BitPay. And if they're, I'm not sure, it sounds like a lot of extra work, what am I going to do with some Bitcoin Cash? Well, then you tell them about Purse.io, where they can then go and buy their business supplies on Amazon and save 30% by using Bitcoin Cash on Purse.io. Every businessman loves to save money. Every customer loves to save money. It's a win-win situation for everybody involved. So the businesses can start using Bitcoin Cash. The customers and the business owners can save money by buying on Amazon using Bitcoin Cash on Purse.io. It's fantastic for everybody. And then with the money that you save from saving all your money on using Purse.io and everything else, you can then go and spend that extra money on some fun sporting goods events at bigtickets.com. Buy your sporting goods tickets and sporting event tickets and whatever other tickets you want at bigtickets.com in Bitcoin Cash. And again, I don't know for sure, but from my screenshot, it looks like the only cryptocurrency they are accepting is Bitcoin Cash. That's bigtickets.com.
That's right. So speaking of more and more merchants and more organizations accepting Bitcoin Cash, this is a really good one. So HackerOne started to accept Bitcoin Cash through BitPay. Again, BitPay, thank you so much. The world's largest group of hackers and security experts, having worked with some of the top companies in the world like Google, Nintendo, and Starbucks, Intel. So they now accept Bitcoin Cash as well. So if you need any service from HackerOne, go visit HackerOne.com.
There you go. So another really, really fun one. All the innovation is happening on Bitcoin Cash here. So in less than a week from today, the BCH, the Bitcoin Cash DevCon, is happening in San Francisco, where we have it's a global hackathon. It's going from country to country. Bitcoin Cash is the prize for the winners, with 10 Bitcoin Cash going to the winner. That's about $5,000 at the moment. And then there's smaller prizes for the other people. We have an all-star cast of judges. So we have our very own Gabriel Cardona.
Working on developers.bitcoin.com.
Yep. Ryan X. Charles of yours.org and Money Button. Money Button's starting to get some traction.
Absolutely.
If you have a website, go and add Money Button to your website. The worst that can happen is people give you money. So it's really easy to add. So give that a try as well. Josh Ellenthrope from Coinbase. What another real just absolute genius that we have in this space. So thank you, Josh, for doing that. Thank you for being at Coinbase there. And thank you for all your stuff. So that's going on October 10th and 11th in San Francisco. But then later this month, they're going to Amsterdam, October 27th and 28th, followed up by Israel, Japan, South Korea, India, and on and on and on. So we're having hackathons all over the world where people are building on top of Bitcoin Cash using developer.bitcoin.com and a lot of other tools out there. And if you want to see a hackathon in your city, contact us today. Head on over to developer.bitcoin.com and get in contact with us there. And we'll see about having a hackathon in your city as well. And so you can go to bchdevcon.com to get all the details, or follow BCH DevCon on Twitter for additional details there as well.
Absolutely. So, the next piece of news again is about Bitmain, one of the most successful companies in the industry.
I think the most successful.
The most successful companies in
$1
the industry.
$1 billion in profit the first quarter of this year. More than $10 million a day in profit. Wow, that's what a real business. That's a real business, all right. That's a lot of money.
So the news about Bitmain is that they recently have acquired a Bitcoin Cash company, which is a browser wallet called Telescope.
We should probably pause right there and give a little bit of the background of Bitmain. Bitmain was founded by a man named Jihan Wu, who was the first person in the entire world. He translated the English Bitcoin white paper into Chinese and spread Bitcoin to China. So it was thanks to this guy that Bitcoin even made it into China as fast as it did. And now he's a great big giant fan of Bitcoin Cash. We talked about it last week. I was sick. I'm sorry I didn't make it last week, guys. But the week before that, I talked about it as well. Bitmain's permissionless ventures fund. Starting the first phase is $50 million US.
And also, don't forget, Bitmain has publicly said that they've got about 1 million Bitcoin Cash.
They just had their IPO announced. They're public, so they're going to be
a lot of Bitcoin Cash.
1 million Bitcoin Cash, $500 million worth. $500 million worth. So, wow.
Big giant supporters for the Bitcoin Cash industry and ecosystem. So thank you, Bitmain. Thank you, Jihan.
Yeah, thank you, Jihan. A lot of these people that hate cryptocurrencies being used as currency like to give you a hard time, but like anybody that's paying attention knows that you are a true champion of the free market and cryptocurrencies being used for everybody as currencies around the world. So thank you, Jihan, for that. And thank you, Jihan, for investing in the ecosystem. So what else do we have on the Telescope Bitcoin Cash wallet that Bitmain is investing in as well. That's one of many, many things they're busy investing in. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So another fun one, I don't know if Bitmain is invested in it with their permissionless ventures. Talk about a good name that shows the ethos of the spirit of the Bitcoin Cash community, permissionless ventures, because cryptocurrencies are supposed to be permissionless and for everybody.
Right.
Another fun one, CoinText.
One of my favorite companies, to be honest. It's so easy. So easy to onboard new people. You just have to send a text message and that person receives some Bitcoin Cash in that text message. You don't even need internet for that. Wonderful way to spread Bitcoin Cash adoption.
Now in 23 countries and 15 languages, adding more and more. The most recent countries they added were just Germany, France, Austria, Portugal, Estonia, and Czech Republic, allowing you to send Bitcoin Cash by text message. 23 countries, that's a lot.
That's a lot of countries.
And they're major countries too. It's pretty much all in North America. They're working on parts of Africa. They have pretty much all of like Western Europe at this point. Like it's really spreading quickly. Another example of a Bitcoin Cash supporting business run by a longtime voluntarist free market supporter, Vin Armani. Hat tip to you, Vin. You're doing
great job,
awesome
Vin.
work. Thank you for the awesome work you're doing, Vin. We love you and we love the work you're doing to spread economic freedom around the world by making peer-to-peer electronic cash available for the world. Because if you want people to have more economic freedom, they need a peer-to-peer electronic cash.
Absolutely, and think of all the third world countries where people
Need it.
and you don't necessarily have to have a smartphone for that because it goes through text message.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
If you do have a smartphone, though, make sure you give the Bitcoin.com wallet a try. We were talking about it this morning at breakfast. We think it's probably the easiest onboarding of any financial app, period. You literally install the app, and then you can receive money from anyone, anywhere in the world. Just like maybe CoinText is similar.
Yeah,
you send a text message to onboard. And so for CoinText, you send a text message. For Bitcoin.com, you simply install the app. It's pretty similar onboarding.
I really like to look at the people who are downloading the Bitcoin.com wallet. Of course, wherever we travel or we're just in our everyday life, Roger and I, and most of the Bitcoin.com team members, to be honest, they're spreading the word about Bitcoin Cash and the Bitcoin.com wallet, helping people to download the Bitcoin.com wallet. And when someone new that we are trying to onboard downloads the wallet, I love to look at their face and they're asking, hey, didn't ask for my name, didn't ask for my address, didn't ask for my birthday, nothing. You just download it from the App Store and it works. No questions asked, nothing is going on. It's fantastic. It's really easy to use. And what's more important is that the private keys are on the phone, and you can be in charge of your own money, be your own bank.
Yeah, nobody in the entire world, including the people at Bitcoin.com, can block you from sending and receiving the money with your Bitcoin.com wallet. So
that's right.
Another wallet that's out. There's just so much happening on Bitcoin Cash. BadgerWallet.cash is the website. So the Badger Wallet is a secure identity vault for Bitcoin Cash. Have you used this one yet, Mate?
No, this is news for me as well.
Yeah, so it allows you to hold your Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash tokens.
Wow. It's an interesting thing to talk about as well.
Yeah, lots of tokens are on the way. Some of them have already been launched. So it allows you to do micropayments instead of paywalls and in-app purchases and all sorts of stuff. I haven't tried it myself yet. If I have time, I'll gladly give it a try. BadgerWallet.cash. Take a look and get involved over there. Another fun thing that's happening, Simple Ledger Protocol is bringing enhanced privacy to Bitcoin Cash. And it's allowing you to do all sorts of wild stuff. So allowing files to be uploaded on-chain, pseudo-anonymously. And
no user accounts or logins are required.
That's wonderful. I hate signing up for new accounts and logins. And
the easier you can access to your stuff, the better it is for everyone.
That's right. So, and providing uncensorable file sharing.
So speaking of censorship, guys, don't forget BitcoinTalk.org and Reddit or Bitcoin is
totally
censored. Totally censored. Just try to upload this video, and no wonder you're not going to see that on there.
And if you want to see, somebody took the time to outline a lot of the censorship going on. Just go and Google Bitcoin censorship, and there's a couple of essays by John Block online.
Great articles.
And they'll just be jaw-dropping when you see the amount of censorship that's gone on. So if Bitcoin is supposed to be censorship-resistant peer-to-peer electronic cash, you shouldn't be engaging in censorship to maintain Bitcoin as censorship-resistant money. That's just nuts. So another thing, you can make your censorship-resistant web pages apparently using this Bitcoin Cash Hoarder website thing, which I haven't had a chance to take a look at yet as well. But
Uncensorable web page hosted on the BCH network. That sounds really exciting.
Yeah, so some guy, a Bitcoin Cash enthusiast named Donald Mulder, so thank you Donald out there, created a simple website in HTML on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain using JavaScript and the website Crypto Graffiti. The website can be viewed on any web browser at the Bitcoin Cash hoarder address. And you can find the source code at the Crypto Graffiti web GitHub repository. We'll put the link in the description below.
Absolutely.
Another example of like all sorts of wild innovation happening on top of Bitcoin Cash.
So just recently, and if you guys are watching this video, that hopefully you're already subscribed to the Bitcoin.com YouTube channel.
And if you're not, subscribe right now. Hit the bell icon for notifications. And then if you like this content, share it on your Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on yours.org and your memo.cash and every other social media thing that you're a participant in. Even email your friends a link to this video and say, hey, look at all the exciting stuff that's happening on Bitcoin Cash.
So speaking of the Bitcoin.com YouTube channel, we just recently posted a great interview with Roger and John McAfee. The interview took place on the Coinsbank cruise. I was lucky enough to be there in person. The interview went really well. Of course, Roger has known John for a long time. We definitely share some vision together. So Roger, maybe you want to talk about a little bit how that interview went with John McAfee. He's a great guy, by the way.
I think it was more just a conversation than an interview. And John and I are separated by quite a few years, but we're not separated very much when it comes to ideology. We have a very similar goal for the world. That's to bring more economic freedom to everyone, everywhere. And if you think about it, economic freedom is freedom, right? If you're not allowed to do what you want with your own money, then you're not allowed to do what you want with your own life. And so digital currencies are the best tools we have to bring more economic freedom to the world. And both myself and John are on board with that. And
share the same vision.
Yeah, share the same vision. I think Bitcoin Cash is the best tool the world has to achieve more economic freedom. But if you can point out a better tool, I'll gladly start promoting that. But the reason I'm promoting Bitcoin Cash, check out our cool flag. For people that don't know, we're in Budapest, Hungary today. So we're filming this at our Budapest, Hungary offices. So
that's right.
Here we are, yeah. So we have
Bitcoin.com has now offices in Budapest, Tokyo, and Stockholm.
Yep. And then we have a bunch of other people sprinkled around the world independently as well. So.
And of course, another piece of news, Bitcoin.com has recently hired hundreds employee.
Yeah, but we just passed more than 100 people recently. And if you like our efforts and you support what we're doing, here's the official, non-official sponsor. Head on over to Bitcoin.com, tell a friend of it, and then check out cashgames.bitcoin.com. You can play poker, blackjack, roulette, slots, Keno, all sorts of other things. Satoshi Circle is online now. You can play all these games. You can deposit and start playing instantly. When you win, you can withdraw instantly. There's no sign up, no login required. It works just like that right now today. And if you win, fantastic. If you lose, that means the house won. But we're then going to take that money and use it to continue promoting more economic freedom around the world.
Hire more developers.
And hire more developers to build more fun tools for you guys to use
really
your Bitcoin Cash
tools
with.
for you to use Bitcoin Cash.
Yep, or head on over to store.bitcoin.com and spend some of your cryptocurrency over there as well. Both are fantastic places. And then we have more content than what's on this YouTube channel. We also have several different podcasts. We have Humans of Bitcoin, Bitcoin 2025, and I think there's one other one is there with like all sorts of stuff going on. So if you head on over to podcast.bitcoin.com, you can hear some of those great interviews out there. So we've had a fun Bitcoin Cash, activists out there. So like people from all over the world, from the organizer of the Johannesburg, South Africa Bitcoin Cash meetup, SIBO, recently spoke about a charity doing Bitcoin Cash for bicycles and her work as a Bitcoin Cash ambassador in South Africa. Ernesto Huerta, who I got to meet in St. Kitts earlier this year. What a great guy. He has this Bitcoin Cash lounge right in the middle of downtown LA there. And so you can listen to an interview with him and talk about his experiences with that.
So speaking of meetups, Roger, I just heard something really, really cool recently. The Blockstream in Tokyo BCH.
So the Blockstream core guys were just in Tokyo earlier this week, and they had a Bitcoin BTC meetup at the Two Dogs Tap Room, which was one of the very first places in Tokyo to start accepting cryptocurrency at all, or Bitcoin at all, which now like almost everybody that goes there pays in Bitcoin Cash. And it was kind of funny. They had the Blockstream and core guys had their meetup at the Two Dogs Tap Room, and we'll put some photos online right now for you. All the staff working at the restaurant where the Blockstream guys were having their meetup wore their Bitcoin Cash t-shirts during
Your shirt.
My shirt likes me too.
during the core meetup. And it's a fantastic place. They have great pizza, great beer. They have the Bitcoin Cash IPA beer, which has been their number one selling beer for a while now. And you can buy it all in Bitcoin Cash. They have a Bitcoin Cash ATM machine there. Fantastic place, right in the heart of Roppongi.
Absolutely, and more places that used to accept Bitcoin Core are now only accepting Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, so pretty much all the places in
Right.
Tokyo are now accepting Bitcoin
Which
Cash.
basically means that all these block sharing people and small blockers have no place to go when it comes to spending Bitcoin Core. But I should say they're not even spending Bitcoin Core.
Yeah, they said don't spend. They said
Don't spend.
any attempt to get you to
Right.
spend your Bitcoin is a scam. They say. Well, I say trying to technologically prevent people from being able to spend their Bitcoin. That's the real scam. And then trying to trick people into thinking that this other thing that's a peer-to-peer store of value that doesn't even remotely resemble what's described in the original white paper, and then trying to call that Bitcoin. That's the real scam. So shame on those guys for doing that. So speaking of adoption, so there's another company down in Australia called Travel by Bit that has, I don't know, quite a few merchants accepting cryptocurrencies. And we saw the stats were posted online over at our BTC, the not censored discussion platform on Reddit, that there were more Bitcoin, of the last 100 cryptocurrency transactions on their platform, there were more Bitcoin Cash transactions than every single other crypto coin combined. Not just more than all the other ones, more than all the other ones combined.
And that basically proves that people using Bitcoin Cash
As cash,
As
because
cash.
that's what the whole point of Bitcoin was from day
peer-to-peer
one.
electronic cash system. You're supposed to use it for your everyday lives and spendings.
Yep. And so once again, if I said it before, but I'll say it again because it's important. If you have a business, start accepting Bitcoin Cash today. You can get started at BitPay.com to do that. And if you have a favorite business that you frequent, you know the owner a little bit, ask him to start accepting Bitcoin Cash. Or if there's a website you order from frequently using a credit card, ask them to start accepting Bitcoin Cash. BitPay makes it super, super easy
Absolutely.
for them. And
It's a win-win situation.
And if they're in a country that BitPay doesn't service, there's another fantastic one called GoURL.io. That's another fantastic tool to accept Bitcoin Cash. Or if it's a physical place, just have them install the Bitcoin.com wallet. It acts as a fantastic point-of-sale terminal. All the owner has to do is put a spending password on the wallet and then import the private seed into their other wallet so the owner can have whatever they want. And at the tablet at the register, the employees can't send the money. They can only receive money. So it works pretty well as that. We'll make a tutorial video on that at some point soon as well. And then go and download the Marco Coino app.
That's
Mate didn't
really
know
nice.
about it.
I
guess
just
it's a-
downloaded it recently, and I was amazed how many merchants are in Europe that are accepting Bitcoin Cash. So, and what's neat about it, you can also add merchants to the map. So if there's a coffee shop that you usually go to and it's not already on the app, you can add it so other people can also find out about it.
Or if you have a business, start accepting Bitcoin Cash, download the Marco Coino app, and then add your business. And the absolute worst thing that can happen is you get new
get more
customers.
business.
Yeah, you'll get more business. More people will come to your shop. And I'll tell you what, every city I go in the world, I check for businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash, and I make a point of going to them because that's what I want to do, and I'm not the only one out there. You'll get lots of new customers for doing exactly that. So I think that's kind of getting close to the end. Any other topics you want to cover there, Mate?
I think we covered most of it. Of course, there's more and more news each and every day happening on the Bitcoin Cash.
The
chain.
real version
The
of
real
Bitcoin.
version of Bitcoin.
And if you're not convinced by that, read the white paper. Read the original Bitcoin white paper. The very title is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And these BTC supporters with the version of Bitcoin that everyone's calling Bitcoin today, they're openly hostile to the idea of using it as cash. They say it should just be digital gold or a store of value. Well, if you want to build that, that's fine. Go and do it, but don't use the Bitcoin name and try and trick people into thinking that that's the real Bitcoin. That's the scam. And they did it using censorship and propaganda and basically booted out all the original people that built the original Bitcoin ecosystem from the community. And that's why we're all such big Bitcoin Cash fans today. And I may be one of the loudest, most vocal ones, but these other CEOs of these great big giant Bitcoin companies that you've all heard of, they're all big giant Bitcoin Cash fans too. They just don't want to be a lightning rod for all the social media attacks that will come their way if they stick their neck out too far in regards to it. But they got attacked previously. Don't think they don't remember. And so look for more and more Bitcoin Cash adoption coming around the world. In fact, I just heard yesterday, I was that's what we need to cover. I just got back from Malta. I flew in.
Yeah, how was the
outside from
conference
Malta.
there?
Oh my God! I kind of screwed up in the fact that I underestimated how big that conference was going to be. It was I think it was the biggest conference I've been to this year. I think they sold more than 4,000 tickets to that conference.
It's a lot of people.
There were so many people packed in there. It was shoulder to shoulder, standing room only, with so many people that the air conditioning inside the building had a hard time keeping up with all the body heat that was in there. It was so hot, and so many people so excited about Bitcoin Cash.
I'm sure you set up a lot of people with Bitcoin.com wallets and gave away some Bitcoin Cash.
Way more people than I can count, including some, not that I'm a fan of governments in general, but they set the policy for a lot of the business community, and I set up some of the government officials there in Malta with some Bitcoin Cash wallets as well as a whole bunch of other business people and businessmen, and got to give a great presentation about why Bitcoin Cash is useful as cash for the world and why it's the version of Bitcoin that I'm busy promoting today, because it works as cash right now, today, no need to wait. And the reception was fantastic in Malta, and we're seeing all sorts of adoption happening there in Malta as well, including there was one restaurant that when we showed up initially, it only had a accepting BTC sticker there. They now accept both, and I think I have a picture I can put here for you guys. So of that. So yeah, more adoptions happening over the world. So if you like this content, share the video, subscribe to the channel, download the Bitcoin wallet, and
visit Bitcoin.com. Use Bitcoin.com for more news.
Yep, and tell your friends about free.bitcoin.com. We give out a little bit of free Bitcoin Cash to anybody that doesn't have any yet. So go and give that a try as well, which is how I got my first Bitcoin ever, was from a faucet run by Gavin Andreessen, one of the true, titans in the industry that's done more to promote Bitcoin than just about anybody else, who's now been demonized by these people that don't think Bitcoin should be usable as cash. So thank you, Gavin. I appreciate all your work, and everybody who's been paying attention or has been in the space for a little while. We love and appreciate your work. So thank you, Gavin, for that. And thank you, Gavin, for giving me my very first Bitcoin. And now I'm trying to return the favor and pass it forward by giving everybody I meet their first Bitcoin Cash, which in my book is the version of Bitcoin I got involved with from day one, and it's the version of Bitcoin described in the white paper.
That's right. I think that was a great ending.
Okay. See you guys next week.
Thank you guys so much. See you.